Archangel Monday live. I'm Rachel Scoltock, and I'm using Archangel Michael cards this week, along with the Old Faithful's Archangel Parrot Tarot. And I've got a question for you to start off with, and the question is: are you tuned into lack, scarcity, or are you tuned into abundance? And I'm going to give you 3 signs that you might be tuned into scarcity and what to do about it, so that you can turn it around and start your week tuned into abundance. And that means that you will attract greater abundance. You know, it's something that people know about but don't think about. And there might be something that you're trying to manifest into your life, maybe more abundance, more money. Maybe it's material, maybe you want a big change, maybe it is your life purpose like we spoke about last week. And if you're tuned into scarcity, without realizing it, you attract scarcity. So you feel lack in your life. It might be a lack of energy, a lack of money, a lack of supportive, friendly, nice people in your life, a lack of opportunities. Or you might be looking at yourself with a sense of lack. So that's sign number 1, that if you're more tuned into scarcity vibrationally and with your mind than abundance, then you will be experiencing scarcity. And this isn't something, you know, you could be feeling scarcity in your finances, but have a lot of friends that are supportive. Or you could feel scarcity, like I don't feel good enough, I don't feel like there's enough opportunities, I don't feel like the things that I want are manifesting for me. But you feel prosperous in some other way, abundant in some other way. So it's important to notice in what life areas you are feeling scarcity. You know, is it your energy, your personal energy, the amount of energy you have to get through the day? Because, you know, we're multi-dimensional beings, is what I'm trying to say. We're not just sort of these cardboard cutouts, and when we fix one thing, everything else falls into place. Although, when you do start to clear blocks in some life areas, it does seep into your whole entire reality. And if you focus on scarcity too much in one area, and it starts to take over your mind, and it starts to really upset you, it will show up in other areas as well. So it's really useful to figure out, okay, what are my beliefs that are creating this? And where can I start to make shifts so that I'm starting to attract that flow of abundance that I'm looking for? Because, you know, I've heard people say over the years that, you know, I'm really good at manifesting this, but I'm just no good at manifesting money, or I'm no good at manifesting love. And that's because they've just got a block there. So that's sign number 1. You feel lack or scarcity in an area or all your life areas. Number 2, sign that you're tuned into lack and not abundance, is that you are of the belief that you will only create abundance when you have proof of it. So it's the belief system that I will believe in a manifestation and abundance for me this lifetime when I see it, rather than the truth, which is when you believe it first, and then it manifests into form. And that's a big block for people, especially if you're manifesting something that's part of, you know, your heart's desires. A lot of people want to give up. You know, they start working on their life purpose, and at first it feels hard. They maybe don't get any customers, or they don't seem to get the reaction that they want in the world. And they say, well, the world seems to be reflecting to me that this isn't working, so I'm going to give up. And that's from the belief system of I'll believe it when I see it. And that it's a lack of faith, really. It's a lack of faith. And we're trained like that, aren't we? We're programmed into that belief system of, you know, we only believe things that we see. So that's why a lot of people have a hard time thinking about things like angels, manifesting, you know, really holding that faith until what you want shows up. And maybe you can't see it in the physical world, but you can hold a vision of it in your mind, and you can imagine it, and you can imagine what it's going to feel like. And then it will come into form, because you are in a relationship with the universe, with the universal energies, and your energy is what activates the manifestation process. Of course, your angels are helping you with that. So are you a person that believes you're not going to get it, you need proof, otherwise there's no point? Or are you of the belief, when I hold my belief for long enough and it's strong enough, that's when it will show up? So the former is a scarcity belief, and that means you're tuned into scarcity. And the third sign that you are tuned into scarcity, tuned into lack, and therefore manifesting lack, is that your mind is full of doubt. So you think, you beat yourself up, you feel like you're not good enough, you tend to criticize yourself, you tend to look for and see proof of things that are lacking or scarce in your life. And look, none of this is anything to be ashamed of, because this is really what we're trained to believe in, isn't it? And I really want to, with these videos every Monday, it's my goal to just help you out, to make little tweaks, to listen to what the angels are saying and bring it through for you. And this was what the angels were speaking about this morning, about check in and ask yourself, am I maybe just getting into the habit of tuning into scarcity and lack? So let me know in the comments. Let me know if you're here. I can see you here, but I can't see any comments yet. So while you do that, I will get going with the card reading for the week ahead, and we'll talk a little bit more about this subject of scarcity and abundance. Because when you flip those three things the other way around, you can tune into abundance, you will notice and see a massive difference. Things will start to change. Good things will flow to you just by making some simple tweaks. Even if, I read an article years ago. I reckon I was about 16, and it was in an ordinary women's magazine, like Clio or one of those. And it was by a man called Tom Crabtree. I think he was a psychologist. And he said, if you could imagine, most of us have got 10 fingers. If you can imagine, chopping off one of those fingers or two of those fingers, what a massive difference that would make in your life. Have you ever cut your finger, like done a paper cut or something, and you're like, I didn't realize I used that finger so much. Everything you do, you're like, ow, ee. So the point of him using that analogy is saying that if you just change 1/10 in towards the positive in your life, if you just change one thing, just like having, changing one finger from painful to working, what a massive ripple effect it makes on your life. And it's true. If you just for 1/10 of this week changed your thoughts to noticing the abundance of the universe instead of noticing what's missing, of stopping yourself when you're thinking negative thoughts like I'm not good enough, or I'm never going to get there, or I don't believe it because nothing good has happened yet. If you could change that by just 10% this week, you will see a big difference, because your energy and your mindset and what you believe is what is creating your reality. And if you change those thoughts, you will change your reality. I promise you. It's a really small thing, but it's something that people dismiss. And I'm really noticing it with the state of the world as it is at the moment, that the whole fear, negativity, scarcity, lack, worst case scenario energy has blown up. And I think it's in part to do with, everyone's more tuned in online. if you're scrolling through your YouTube or your Instagram or whatever you're scrolling through, you're going to get things that click you into fear. You know, you can't be selective. Like, okay, we don't like the television news, right? And so we can turn that off. But when you're scrolling, you're not just getting one or two things showing up. So with, you know, more spiritual, I'm really shocked at how many spiritual people are projecting fear at this time about what is going on, what they believe is going on, and how much suspicion and fear and negativity there is around. And I think all of that combined with the collective fear, because we are going through something quite intense that we never imagined we would, I think has added to the load of fear and has tuned people more into scarcity and fear than before. And obviously there are pressures that come with that. The other thing that I think has made an effect is that, you know, in the last 5 years we lost Louise Hay, Dr. Wayne Dyer from the earthly plane, people who are major, you know, long term, spent their whole entire life creating positive energy and upholding it and teaching us how to hold that space and held space for us. And if you've ever done any work, the David Hawkins work, Power versus Force, one of his books, he spoke about how, you know, just one enlightened person on the planet holds the energy for all the people that are in fear. So the balance is held, and I think that we can still access those teachers. We can still access those teachers from you know, psychically, spiritually. We can ask for their help, and we can also ask for our angels, and we have to do the work ourselves to take responsibility for the energy of the planet as well as the energy in our own lives. Hi Michelle. Hi Elizabeth. I'm excited that you're here. Yeah, school holidays, I forgot about that because I don't have kids, so I always forget. Hi Alicia Kashini. What a beautiful name. Joanne, good morning. Hi Lisa. So I really love that the angels are getting us to think about this, about, you know, tuning into abundance with our minds and our imaginations, rather than tuning into lack and scarcity and fear So let's ask the angels to help us for this week and ask for some guidance for the week ahead, what we most need to know moving forward. And if you have any questions for the angels, you can ask as well. Hi Susan. As I'm in Australia, I need a bit of help with the initials of the states in, I presume you're in the US. So is that PA, is that Philadelphia? It's a guess. It's a total guess. So we're going to call today on Archangel Michael again. You might have been here at the beginning when I said I've got his cards out for us this week. And yeah, let's stick with Archangel Michael and see who else comes in. So I ask for invite the presence of Archangel Michael and his band of mercy angels. And thank you, Archangel Michael, for filling this energetic and virtual space with healing angels. Thank you for protecting everyone here and who comes to the replay. Thank you for guiding and working through me and with me to bring about a message of the highest integrity, love, and accuracy to guide everyone who watches this video. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for providing a dome of protective, shielding light over this session and over everyone who will accept it on who is here. So if you want a shield of protection from Archangel Michael right now, tell him so, and he will protect you. He will provide a dome or a shield or a bubble of purple violet light around you. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for your guidance, your protection, your healing, and for teaching us how to live our lives according to divine will and on our highest soul path. And so it is. Amen. Whew, nice energy, very peaceful. So Susan said Pennsylvania. There you go. I couldn't think of it. All the states that begin with P. Pennsylvania, thank you. And hi Samantha from Minnesota. I bet it's nice over there at the moment. Excuse me, dropping cards. So when a single card flies out, it's, especially when you've asked for the angel's guidance already and you've asked a question, when a single card flies out, it's called a jumping card, and that's a card that can be used in the reading as guidance. Okay. So what's highest on your mind at the moment? What do you most need guidance for? Oh, okay. Now, were you here from the beginning? Because you are going to crack up. You are going to crack up at this reading. So ask a question that is a bit more, you know, like, is this career? Is, you know, like, is this the right path? Isn't a, oh, I see. You asked about your health earlier, Lisa. Sorry. Okay. Now, right now I'm doing a group reading. This isn't for any individual, but please listen if you're here for an individual, because the angels will work through me to answer your questions, and afterwards I'll pull you a card separately. So the card that you saw come flying out is a major arcana card. And when Archangel Michael pulls a card out that quickly, we have to pay attention to its guidance. It's strong guidance. Now, as a major arcana card, it's kind of like the angels typing in bold. You know, if you were to get a message from them, and this would be underlined and in bold. So when you get those major cards, and they're usually about big life changes, and we've got 2 in this reading. So this one is about, this is giving you comfort and guidance, and it's asking you to be aware, to sit a little bit in meditation. And that doesn't mean you have to sit in a cushion and empty your mind. You just sit and breathe and ask the angels for guidance. So this is about understanding that there is a solution to whatever problem that you're dealing with, including the big ones. But what the angels want you to do is to stop carrying these problems on your shoulders. And how do you know you're carrying stuff on your shoulders? Because you feel like you've got a stiff neck, you can't move, you feel like your shoulders are up by your ears, or you just feel weighed down and heavy and worried. The angels will bring you solutions and guidance. They're showing me that they're dropping messages in for you. So this is it's going to be clear. But if you contract and tense up and insist on worrying and keeping yourself in stress, you're not going to be open to that message. It's like you're sitting under a big black cloud and you're not letting it in. So they are asking that you surrender your worry and your fear and even the problem. So one of the things that you can do is just write down your worries or your questions, fold it up on a piece of paper and put it under a crystal or under a candle and light the candle safely, and say, angels, please take care of this for me. It's a way of getting it out of your energy, out of your mind, and giving it to them. So do you understand what they're saying with this? They're saying a solution is coming. You need to step back. You need to surrender. Give us the problem. Stop worrying about it. And in the meantime, try not to react or overreact and do some healing. And they're talking about forgiveness. So forgiveness can just begin by saying, you know, I send you love, I send you forgiveness, I bless this person even though they hurt me or I don't like how they're behaving, so that you disentangle your energy from them. Because when we have anger and frustration towards people, which is understandable sometimes, right? We overthink it, we think and think and think about it, we get all kind of knotted up and tangled with their energy, and it makes it hard for us to move forward. So a bit of forgiveness energy coming in. So you don't have to say, I love you. You can say, I'm willing to release this. I'm willing to send blessings. I want this pain to be replaced with peace. So big message. So here you will see Archangel Zadkiel with the violet flame. You can see the violet above above the flame there. He's one of the protectors of the violet flame, which helps to burn away karmic energies that are keeping you stuck and bogged down. And he's doing that thing where he's pouring water between chalices. So he's kind of saying, get into the flow, you know, step back from any drama or any conflict that's going on, even if it's with yourself. Okay, on to the 3 cards. So the first card is this present situation. It's like you're about to shift. You are about to go through a change. And in this card, it's like you're thinking about it. You're thinking about what's next, what's coming for you. And she's sitting on the beach. The Archangel Raphael is behind her. And this is like this is where we plant the seeds of something new that you want to come into your life. So what are you planting seeds for right now? Is it a new home, new location? Is it a new job? Is it a new financial situation? Here is where you're planting the seeds. And here is where I understand why the angels had me talk about abundance versus scarcity. Because if you're trying to plant seeds in a mindset of scarcity, the seeds aren't going to grow, right? So you just have to be aware. So this isn't just a materialistic situation, but it's going to have a positive emotional effect on you and your life. So you may have noticed over the last month that things have been showing themselves as being toxic for you. So I read a really awesome article this morning by someone who I admire, and she was talking about how that analogy about the frog boiling in water is a horrible analogy. I wish I could think of a better one, but it's no offense to the person who wrote it, but it's sort of saying that, you don't notice the water heating up. It's really until it's too late. So it's an analogy for toxicity, is that you could be in a toxic relationship with someone, a friendship, an acquaintance, a workmate, a colleague, someone who works for you. And it just doesn't matter why it's not working. It's just not working and it's toxic, but you're not noticing it. And then all of a sudden you notice it. And it's not too late for you to make that change. So it could be where you live, it could be your workplace, it could be something you're eating, drinking. And over time, it's just had a toxic cumulative effect. And the angels are saying it's time for you to now move away from that. But you need to make plans first. So this is the card. It's like you're being shifted to a much happier, more peaceful, emotional situation. And the angels are helping you. Now, of course, if it is your finances, yes, that's fine. That's good. None of us want to be, broke, living in scarcity. So it's about love. It's about it helping you to have a better situation for yourself. So don't be surprised if this week that you get those aha moments. If you've already had them, it's time to make the vision board. It's time to write in your journal about what you really would like. It's time to start making plans, planting seeds. Guidance, another major arcana card, underlined, bold, message from the angels. This is the action to take. Now notice this one is the Magician. And in the tarot deck, the Magician card is all about manifesting. Again, why did the angels have me talk about lack and scarcity versus abundance this morning when we first opened this session? So he is saying to you, it's Archangel Raphael, who I love. Look at the rainbows. He's saying to you, you can manifest what you need. So have you been putting up with things that do not honor you? Have you been staying in situations of lack and scarcity? Because you just think that's it. You've got to put up with it. This is the way it has to be. And the angels are saying, no, you can manifest your way out of this. It's all about what's up here and what's in here, your energy field. And your angels are right here beside you to help you. They're the best manifesting coaches. I tell you, I was in absolute dire straits, how long ago? 17, 18 years ago. Dreadful. Not enough money to pay my rent, trying to rob Peter to pay Paul, and recently separated, and my husband had come and taken all of the furniture, all of the crockery, all of the cutlery out of the house. left me with just animals to feed and a mattress. and this brand new business. And I wasn't entitled to government help because I wasn't yet an Australian resident. And the angels helped me to manifest a successful business and got me out of that hole, you know. So, and have done many times since. That's not the only story I can tell you. So I'm giving you faith here. This is about believe it, and you will see it. And they are giving you back your power, and they're saying you can do it. You can get out of whatever situation you're in and into something much better, much happier, much more prosperous, much more successful, or the next level. If that's, you know, if you're already in success, it's the next level. Isn't that great? I love that card so much. I'll put these up on stories later. And this is my favorite card. If you were with me right at the beginning of this, I spoke about Dr. Wayne Dyer and Louise Hay. Oh, chills, goosebumps, or angel bumps as we call them. Here's Louise Hay. I don't know if you can see that. The camera's not looking very clear, is it? This is a depiction of Louise Hay on this card because Radley Valentine, obviously these are published by Hay House, and she's the queen of Hay House. So this is the outcome, and it's saying she is the guru for your thoughts create your experience, isn't she? And you can heal your life. So whoever the lady was, Lisa was talking about health. Look up that book, You Can Heal Your Life, and read it, because she tells you how to heal yourself from situations in your body as well as your life. So this is saying you will know exactly what to do. The path will reveal itself to you. You'll just know, but you have to do this work first. You have to do these things first. You have to clear away the toxic, uncord yourself from those situations of toxicity, of people that haven't honored and treated you well, of things that have worried you and stressed you out, traumatized you. Detox your energy of those things, you know. And then start to plant seeds this week of the things that you want to create. What is it? Where's your dream home? What's your dream career? What is an ideal situation for you? Start asking for it. You're going to get guidance about how to manifest it. And not only manifesting, as in asking and receiving, but the actions that you have to take will be clear to you. Now, notice this one is in the outcome position, but there's also guidance involved in it. So they're really saying you've got to follow these steps, and you're going to have this clarity and this wisdom. Earlier on in this live, I said, why don't you call on Louise Hay and Dr. Wayne Dyer if you would like their help, because they're available to all of us in the spirit realm now that they're not here on the earthly, and boy do we need their help. So you can ask your angels, of course, Archangel Michael, and this is an Archangel Michael card, your guardian angels. And if you need help with tuning your thoughts into positivity and abundance and health and joy and love, call on Louise Hay to help you as well. So I love that reading. Oh, final card from Archangel Michael. His energy is strong with us. Prayer will help your situation. Look at the white light. You know, a lot of people think prayer is a religious thing, and yeah, religions use prayer because, you know, most religions are at some point they've been rooted in the divine connection. So, but when you pray, you know, you put your hands together, you're drawing light down from the source, God, the universe, the divine, and you're bringing it into reality. And when you pray to the divine and the angels to ask for something for the highest good, you create immense light around you, and that in itself is incredibly healing and can create miracles. So they're asking that you directly ask. You don't have to call it prayer. You can call it manifesting. You can call it requesting help from the angels. You can call it whatever you like. But this is a mudra, just like this is a mudra. Right? That's a mudra that we do. Or if you cross your legs and you put your fingers together, it creates, cross your ankles, it creates a protection around you. And this is just the same, but it's just bringing white light down. Yeah. So Thank you, angels, for that beautiful reading. So Lisa, you asked a question about, am I doing the right thing with the doctor? Is this the right path for me? I'm just looking for another. Okay. Do you know what? I'm going to use the Archangel Michael cards. Whoops. There we go. So I'm just going to ask for guidance, because yes, no questions are something, you know, it's like flipping a coin. The angels have got so much more information available to you, Lisa. So I'm asking Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael, who's the health healing doctor, the doctor angel. And you can ask Archangel Raphael to be with you through this process that you're going through, and ask for signs about whether you can trust the doctor's advice that you're following and if it's the right thing for you. But also ask Archangel Raphael to bring to you situations, people, information that can help you to heal, because I feel like there's a lot more to know that you could be doing to add to the healing process. All right. How's this for a card? God is in charge. Look at that. With Archangel Michael standing over you with the sword ready to clear away anything that should threaten you. I've trust, Lisa, and surrender, give over any worries and fears that you have, and lean into the pure divine protection of Archangel Michael, your angels, and the divine, whatever your word for the divine is. And you can trust. I feel like you're very much in protective and divine hands right now. And I'm going to ask Archangel Raphael to help you. A really lovely prayer is to say, Raphael, guide me to the information, professionals, all that I need to know in order to heal this situation. And you can also, when you go to the doctor, you can say, Raphael, please come with me and work through the doctor. Or if you go for an operation, you can say, Archangel Raphael, please oversee this operation, work through the nurses and the professionals. And as Louise Hay used to say, let every hand that touches me be a healing hand. I think that's beautiful. So Tyler, are you talking about Korea? Are you talking about location? Give me a little something to work with. I'm just gonna have a quick drink of water. Thanks, Kachini. That's really sweet. So someone asked me the other day on my newsletter that I sent out if how to handle, if angels could handle negative energies. And this person said, you know, the negative energy is much stronger than God and the angels. And I didn't reply because I don't have time to answer inquiries all the time. But I wanted to say on this video is there is no power greater than the divine and the angels. And it's only our belief. So if we give our power to something or someone and say, oh, that thing is too powerful and we've got nothing, that's the ego. The ego says that. And that is giving your power away. But as soon as you declare there is only one power, and that power is divine, because there is only one true power, and that power is divine. It is divine love and light. It is where the angels come from. It is what the angels are. Nothing else has power over that. It surpasses all other things, all other forms of negativity, whether we call it ill health, whether we call it negative thoughts, a negative person. The divine is much more powerful. And when you claim that and own that, you it's like a million bright lights just completely dissolving all forms of darkness. It's a very powerful way to heal. Relationship. Okay. So Tyler has asked about the relationship. So, angels, what guidance do you have for Tyler about her recent relationship decision? Somehow picked up the... So I'm seeing Archangel Michael standing over you and reminding you, Tyler, to protect your energy and to stay in your energy. I think you have a tendency to hop out of your energy sometimes, like you get ungrounded. You maybe end up thinking about the other person more than yourself, or you just kind of, you know, the saying is stay in your own skin. You know, sometimes you can just sort of forget yourself and get swept away in the moment or in the person and not stay grounded and remember to look after your own needs. So that's an important thing to know for this beautiful card, new beginnings and a fresh start. So if you can leave behind the unforgiveness, the resentments, the fears, and be fully present in your new beginning, I'd say it's got a you know, the angels are offering new opportunities, but I feel like you both have to kind of uplift the energy of the relationship. You can't take it in the direction it was going before. You have to treat it like a new one. Okay? What are ways I can clear my aura? Joanna, that's a really good question. So I've got some really good meditations on my free angel library that you can use. There's Deep Angelic Clearing. There is Protect, Clear, Ground Your Energy, which is a very simple one but works very well. I don't do any energy clearing, any healing work whatsoever on myself or others unless I work with the angels, because they bring that pure divine love and light. So you can cleanse your aura by asking Archangel Michael to clear your aura, to clear your energy field, and you could visualize the light coming through it. I like using sage and things like that, but I think that you've got to also ask the angels to transmute that energy. So be very intentional. But you go over to my free angel library, rachelscoltock.com. I'll put the link in a little bit later. And go to store, drop the menu down. At the bottom, you'll see free angel library, or sign up for my newsletter as well at the bottom. There's a form at the bottom of that page. And there's also some blogs on my website where you can just put this search aura, and I've written about that. Thank you. Yeah, you can book a private reading with me over on my website as well. How to restore peace and happiness around food in my family. So the first thing, Jane, is to make that your intention and to call in Archangel Raphael to help with this. I feel like there's some sort of anxiety or kind of, there's some quite heavy energy around this that needs clearing, that's in the solar plexus. There you go. Good card for you, Jane. Ask Archangel Michael to help me with this situation. So I would sit down and ask for guidance with that one, because but I think with Archangel Michael coming in with his sword like that, I think there's some negative energy that needs to be cleared. Maybe start with a house clearing. Thanks, Joanna. Thanks, Elizabeth. I'm glad you enjoy it. I'll be adding more soon, but we're just going through an upgrade on the website, and when that's done, I will be able to add some more meditations there. But there's plenty in the store as well. They're not expensive. Like the chakra clearing meditation in my store is very popular and it's very powerful, and that will clear all of your energy, not just your energy centers, but your aura as well. Jane, what are my thoughts on conspiracy theories? Well, that's a good question, and it depends which ones. But I'm not a fan at the moment, because I'm not a fan of anything that projects and promotes fear. Like I think that everyone's got to make their own decisions about things, and it really, when I began this session today, I asked, are you tuned into abundance or scarcity? Are you tuned into love or fear? And, you know, people tell me things that are called conspiracy theories, that which are just basically someone has decided to say something fearful. And once that fear is planted in you, it's very hard to get past it. And it reminds me of the witch trials, because when women were burned as witches, they were persecuted, and it started out by people making up stories about, you know, the reason witches were persecuted and imprisoned and punished and killed is because there was a belief that they were casting a spell over the whole of humanity, and they were getting together in covens and doing evil things, where in fact a lot of the, you know, all of them were healers, intuitive, psychics, medicine women. But, you know, and they were persecuted based on a conspiracy theory that scared people. And when people get scared and they pass these stories on, bad things happen. And you can see things that aren't even there, right? So I'm not a big fan of that kind of behavior. At the same time, I thoroughly research in an intelligent way the things that I do for myself, and I at the moment don't have a problem with anything, and I'm not someone that distrusts. I think that we're doing an amazing job in the world at the moment, that things are changing for the better, and I truly hope that soon we're out of this awful health scare that's going on. I really do. And I think we've got to do our best to contribute to health and love and peace, not fear, on the planet. And, you know, talking of conspiracy theories, like I've been stopped from talking at, I had 100 people booked in for a talk a couple of years ago, and a Catholic priest stopped me and told me I wasn't even allowed to go into the building because they perceive what I do as being evil. That's a conspiracy theory. It's a load of rubbish, but it's a belief that gets passed around and people believe in, and the talk got cancelled. Lots of things like that have happened since I've opened this business, but I don't no longer pay attention to it. It doesn't matter. Kashini, so you've just bought a house. Congratulations. What a beautiful thing. So why are you doubting? Why are you doubting? So remember, tune into love, not fear. Abundance, not scarcity. Look for all the wonderful things. Oh my goodness, how wonderful. Let's celebrate. We have a beautiful home. Something that many people don't have or won't have. You got the prayer card. And that's what I feel. I feel like you just got to bring some good energy into this situation. Ask the angels for signs and guidance. But I honestly think it's a yes. The angels are asking you to celebrate. Yeah. So I think that's it. So thank you so much, everybody. And thank you for your questions. Thank you for attending. Now, don't forget, I'm back every Monday. So next Monday is the 5th of July already. Really look after your energy, protect your energy. We're going through some big stuff at the moment, personally, planetary and collectively. So really look after your energy. I was visited by a beautiful animal messenger yesterday. Big 4-foot goanna lizard creature came towards me, and beautiful, absolutely stunning. But the message for that is properly protect your energy. It's really important. And clearing your energy, as Joanna was asking about, is super important part of protection. So really looking after your energy. Also a reminder that next month, July 23rd, I've got a beautiful online class which is Abundance Creation with Archangel Ariel. So people have been asking me for ages to do a workshop about creating money through the law of attraction and with the angels. And that is what that is. It's a 90-minute class online via Zoom. and you will get the replay if you purchase a ticket as well. And it's all about how to create money and how to tune into abundance and clear any blocks that you have around receiving abundance. And of course, abundance isn't just money. It's all of the things in our life. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and stay tuned into love and the angels.